starting shortly. We would appreciate it if you could kindly switch your mobile phones to silent mode. Thank you.
各位同學，本年度畢業典禮即將開始，希望各位可以將手提電話調到靜音嘅模式，唔該晒。
May I ask all members of the audience to rise as the procession is now entering the school hall. Let's welcome our honorable guests to the stage.
請全體起立，並請主禮嘉賓進場到台上。
Please remain standing for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China.
請肅立，奏國歌。
Please be seated.
請各位就座。
Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Islamic Supreme Memorial College 2013 to 2014, and thank you for being here to celebrate this occasion together with us.
歡迎各位嚟臨出席伊斯蘭血為善紀念中學2013到14年度嘅畢業典禮。
Today, we are very happy to have the Judge of the Court of First Instance of the High Court, the Honorable Mr. Justice Azizul Rahman Safai, as our guest of honor.
今日我哋好榮幸邀請到高等法院原訟庭法官石輝法官嚟臨我哋嘅畢業典禮，擔任我哋嘅主禮嘉賓。
We request our students 4B Shah Nawaz, 4B Khan Afrasiya to recite the Noble Quran, please.
有請學生代表上台做苦難。
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
I take refuge in Allah from Shaitan.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful.
والتين والزيتون
I swear by the fig and the olive,
وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين
and by Tur, the Mount of Sinin, and by this peaceful city.
لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم
We have created man in the best composition.
ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين
Then we turned him into the lowest of the low.
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون
Except those who believed and did the righteous deeds, because for them there is a reward never ending.
فما يكذبك بعد بالدين
So, what can make you after all this? To deny the revival?
أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين
Is Allah not the greatest ruler of all the rulers?
صدق الله العظيم
May we request the honor of having our school supervisor, Mr. Ha K.Y., to make a welcoming speech. Mr. Ha, please.
有請哈奇偉校監為我哋致辭。
Guest of honor, Mr. Justice A.R. Safai, Honorable Permanent Judge of High Court, Honorable Counsel General, fellow school managers, council members of CMCFA, Principal Ms. Serena Ho, distinguished guests, parents, teachers, and students, Assalamu alaikum, and good evening. On behalf of the Incorporated Management Committee of Islamic Assyrian Memorial College, I welcome you all to the graduation ceremony of 2013 to 2014. Today, we're greatly honored to have the gracious company of Mr. A.R. Supply, Honorable Permanent Judge of the High Court, as our guest of honor. Mr. Safai was born and brought up in Hong Kong. He attended his Bachelor of Law degree and postgraduate certificate from University of Hong Kong, followed by other professional development courses from different local and overseas law institutions. From 1975 to 1997, he had a rich experience practicing barrister and law in Hong Kong. In 1998, he was appointed a permanent High Court judge and is rendering his professional services till the present day. His entire life service to judiciary is highly recognized and respected. Dear graduates, Mr. Safai is a remarkable role model. His academic and professional achievements can serve as inspiration for all of you. Upon completion of your Hong Kong Diploma of Secondary Education, you are going to start an exciting and challenging journey of further education or job career. During the study at our college, we are confident that you have equipped yourself with useful knowledge and skills essential for the years to come. I would like to urge you to start your post-secondary education or job career in an enthusiastic manner. Be diligent, organized, and goal-oriented. Always set your short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Go for them with sincerity and passion, and this will be your key to success. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to share with you that our college, under the great teamwork by the principal and the teachers, has been constantly climbing the ladder of success. Every year, a greater number of students are entering local and overseas universities, as well as other higher educational institutions. Some of our students have attained landmark success in the current academic year. Principal Ms. Serena will share more details with you during her speech. During the current academic year, counselors of Muslim countries and community organizations continue to offer their kind patronage to our college. Recently, our college arranged an educational trip to the holy cities of Mecca and Medina, during which time more than 30 students, parents, and teachers performed their Umrah pilgrimage. This was the first time that a school in Hong Kong ever organized an Umrah trip. We are truly indebted to the Royal Council General of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Islamic Board of Trustees. Thanks to Chief Imam Mufti Mohammed Asher for his commendable support and leadership in making our Umrah trip a historic event. We also extend our gratitude to the Council Generals of Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei for supporting our educational trips to their countries in the past. These overseas educational trips have significantly broadened our students' horizon. Next, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Islamic Union of Hong Kong for their generous donation last year and again this year for the total sum of 200,000 Hong Kong dollars to our college. Our heartiest thanks to Brother Ali Tuj, son of Hassan Tuj, and Brother Yusuf Yu's family for their generous donation to our college as well. With all this generous support, we have been able to organize richer and more meaningful social, religious, and value-added activities for our students, which are not covered under the normal government fundings. Last but not least, on behalf of the sponsoring organization, Chinese Muslim Cultural and Fraternal Association, and fellow managers of this college, I would like to thank all the guests who have joined us today in this graduation ceremony. We extend our gratitude to government departments, councils, and NGOs for their continuous support to our college. Our heartiest congratulations to all graduates and their parents on this memorable day. I pray that all of you will excel in whatever field you go. And please remember, this college will remain your home forever. You can always come back here to us. Our advisors and practical support will be readily available to you. I wish you all good health and happiness. Thank you and Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Ha. Mr. Ha, please speak.
唔該晒黑校監，並請黑校監留步。
On behalf of the graduates, our student representatives would like to present a souvenir to the guest of honor. We would like to invite Mr. Ha to present a souvenir to the Honorable Mr. Justice Abide.
本校學生準備咗紀念品送俾我哋嘅主禮嘉賓，有請黑校監代表 致送紀念品，有請石輝法官。
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, please, it's now my pleasure to call upon our guest of honor, Mr. Justice Supply, to address the audience.
而家有請石輝法官為大家致辭。
The principal, Ms. Sarina Ho of the Islamic Qasim II Memorial College, all the teachers, staff, the Honorable Counsel General, the students, parents, guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It was on a rainy day like this, some 45 years ago, when I was sitting in my secondary school hall in Kowloon, listening to the speech given by the then Director of Education in my own school speech day ceremony, which is like your graduation day today. Today I am accorded this great privilege and honor by your principal, Ms. Ho, to say a few words to you on your graduation day, and for which I deeply thank Ms. Ho. I too am a product of the Hong Kong education system, having been educated here in Hong Kong in the primary, secondary, and tertiary level. I am therefore no stranger to the Hong Kong education scene. In my childhood days, there were no Islamic schools or colleges in Hong Kong, and many of the Muslim students, which included my father, my uncles, and myself, we all attended the Alice Kaduri Primary School in Sukhonpur. However, that school was not an Islamic school or college. In Islam, education is given a very high priority. In fact, learning, knowledge, and education was one of the main reasons for the Islamic Golden Age, which ran from the 8th century until the 15th century during the Middle Ages, a time when the Islamic world stretched from Mongolia to Spain. During that period of the Islamic Golden Age, Islamic scholars and universities contributed greatly to the arts, literature, philosophy, physics, astronomy, sciences, and technology of that time, from the vast amount of knowledge they had accumulated. Islam encouraged thinkers of the day to seek out knowledge. And as a result, many famous and reputable universities were founded, such as the University of El Karaim in Fez, Morocco, founded in the year 859 AD, and also the Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt, founded in the year 975 AD. When it came to physics, Islamic scholars had inherited Aristotelian physics from the Greek and had developed it further into many fields associated with modern physics. This was the first step in the development of astronomy during the time of the Islamic Golden Age. In astronomy, motivated by the Islamic religious obligation to determine the Qibla and to determine the time for the 5 daily prayers in different parts of the vast Islamic empire at that time. Progress in astronomy was inspired and was so well developed and to such great lengths that they had a significant influence on Byzantine, European, and even Chinese astronomy in the Middle Ages. Baghdad and Damascus became the centers of such activities. A significant number of stars and other astronomical terms are still referred to today by their Arabic names. By the year 830 AD, Islamic astronomers had compiled a table for the movement of the sun, the moon, and the 5 planets known at that time, which was considered to be a significant piece of work in those days. And by the year 850 AD, Islamic scholars had worked out the circumference of the earth long before men could fly. In science, Islamic knowledge and learning contributed to the development of trigonometry into its modern form today. Islamic scholars also developed empirical, experimental, and quantitative approach to scientific inquiry. One noted Islamic scientist by the name of Ibn al-Hazan wrote the Book of Optics, in which he proved that vision occurred because of light rays entering the human eye, and also invented the camera obscura and also the pinhole camera. Another Islamic scientist by the name of Jabir ibn Hayyan was responsible for introducing chemical processes of pure distillation, filtration, sublimation, liquefaction, crystallization, purification, oxidization, and evaporation, all of which we take for granted today, but which was completely new to the scientific world at that time. This greatly assisted in the further development of alchemy. Today, many of the leading chemistry scholars consider medieval Muslim chemists to be the true founders of chemistry. Unfortunately, after the 15th century, due to a number of factors, This led to a decline in education and learning in the Muslim world. The Islamic world could no longer keep pace with the knowledge and technological advancements made in the Western world, and was overtaken in many respects by Europe, Britain, and later also by America, in particular by their technological advancements achieved by their Industrial Revolution, which saw most of the Western nations emerging into the modern age, leaving the Islamic world behind. From this short synopsis, you can see and appreciate for yourselves the importance of learning, education, and knowledge. The greatness and progress of a nation is often determined by educational and technological advancements. It is the same with individuals. A person's ability and one's strength is often measured by that person's knowledge and learning. All of you who are fortunate enough to be students in this prestigious and reputable school should consider yourself to be extremely privileged to be educated in such an institution where over half of the teachers have over 10 years of teaching experience. Therefore, to all the students here, my advice to you is to make the most of this golden opportunity and soak in every bit of knowledge that you can. For the knowledge that you take in now will be your armor and will stand you in good stead for the rest of your life. Also bear in mind that one's learning does not stop with one's schooling, whether in the secondary school or in a tertiary institute. But one should keep on learning for the entirety of one's life. Always try to succeed in everything that you do by giving your best in every task that you perform, no matter how great or small. But do not be discouraged if you fail. Even the best of us will fail at one time or another. When you fail, make sure you do not repeat the same mistake, and in that way, you can learn from your mistakes. Your teachers are the persons who will point you in the right direction in all that you do. That should be your goal in life. Therefore, give the greatest respect and always be thankful to all your teachers for their guidance and instructions to you, for without them, you will be no better than a ship floating in the seas without any direction. To the principal, Ms. Arena Hall, and all the teachers under her supervision, I take my hat off to you and salute you for the sterling work that you are doing, guiding, instructing, molding, and preparing the next generation to become useful and worthwhile members of society. From the school report that I have been given, I can see for myself the achievements that have been accomplished by this school in its short history of some 44 years. Continue the good work that you are doing here, and not only will you earn for yourselves the greatest and unending respect and admiration that any professional teacher deserves, from the students, their parents, the managers of this school, as well as the community at large. But also, your dedication to your work will ensure the growing reputation of this school and this college, so that in time it may rank with the best in Hong Kong's educational institution. The realization of this goal can only come about with the perfect cooperation between students and staff, and should be a goal aimed at by all concerned. Allow me, therefore, to end this short address by conveying my good wishes to all the graduating students for another year of excellence, and similar wishes to the Principal Ms. Ho and all her teachers and staff for their dedication and good work for the year gone by, and for many more successful years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Justice Fine.
唔該晒石輝法官。
Coming up next is the presentation of awards and certificates. Today, we gather here to celebrate a rite of passage for our graduates. Over the years, they have grown and matured into the happy and capable individuals they are today, and we have high hopes for them. In that, they may become the pillars of tomorrow's society. From the bottom of our hearts, we wish them well and every success in life, inshallah, and the ability to overcome whatever challenges life throws at them.
接下嚟係頒獎同埋授憑嘅儀式。今日我哋仔仔一堂見證新一屆畢業生嘅誕生。經過6年嘅洗禮，呢班同學已經變得日漸成熟。我哋衷心希望同學可以繼續努力，成為社會未來嘅棟梁。亦都希望佢哋可以無懼困難，喺人生路上繼續勇往直前。
We would like to call upon the Consul General of Malaysia, Mrs. Nur Amira Akmal Mustafa, to present some prizes.
有請下嚟西亞市長領事為我哋頒授以下嘅獎項。
6A, AXA, Mr. Choi Lai Fong Memorial Scholarship for Best Improvement.
徐禮芳先生紀念獎學金最佳進步獎。
6A, Hasina, Prefect, Long Service Bronze Award.
領袖生長期服務獎銅獎。
6A, Mr. Prefect, Long Service Bronze Award.
領袖生長期服務獎銅獎。
Thank you, Mrs. Nur Amira Akmal Mustafa.
唔該晒我哋嘅頒獎嘉賓。
We would like to call upon the Consul General of Indonesia, Mr. Rafael Walangikan, to present some prizes.
有請印尼駐港領事為我哋頒發以下嘅獎項。
6A, Bimla, Prefect, Long Service Bronze Awards.
領袖生長期服務獎銅獎。
Thank you, Mr. Rafael.
請就座。
We would like to call upon the Consul General of Kazakhstan, Mr. Nurjan, to present some prizes.
有請哈薩克斯坦駐港領事為我哋頒發以下嘅獎項。
6B, Fahad, Prefect, Long Service Gold Award.
領袖生長期服務獎金獎。 6
6B, Ikra Yasmin, Model Student, Prefect, Law Service Bronze Award.
楊偉健先生獎學金，無限生，領袖分長期，服務獎銅獎。
Thank you, Mr. Nojan.
唔該晒。
We would like to call upon the Deputy Consul General of Kuwait, Mr. Adnan.
有請科灣特駐港局領事為我哋頒獎。
6B, Sophia, Prefect, Law Service Bronze Award.
領袖新長期服務獎銅獎。
6B, Serenapa, Prefect, Law Service Bronze Award.
領袖新長期服務獎銅獎。
Thank you, Mr. Adnan. Thank you, Mr. Adnan.
唔該晒我哋嘅頒獎嘉賓。
We would like to call upon the Consul General of Nepal, Mr. Mahesh Prasad Dahal, to present the prize.
有請離國議事港慶事為我哋頒發獎項。
6B, Love Plea,